Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann resonance report for Friday, October the 3rd. Woohoo! All right, you guys, if you missed it, I did come on and make an update late last night saying that we had this energy coming in. It started actually around 1. I said around 3:30, but I missed these two little spikes here. So around 1:30 Central Time yesterday afternoon, we started getting this big push of energy. How I do the close-up, you can see nothing but this. As you can see over here, started about 4, we started with the big curtain wall of energy, and it has persisted through this, even getting more intense at about 3 a.m. for about an hour there. This is a lot of energy. Thankfully, the Italian graph is nice and quiet. The grumbles are just a little tiny bit down here on the bottom. I don't know why this picture is so big. But the grumbles are just a tiny little bit across the bottom. It's relatively quiet. And then this graph has also finally started to quiet down. I'm not getting that crosshatch pattern. There is still some of this red in here. That red also tends to be indicative of geological movement or something going on with the seismic activity, but it's relatively calm, especially compared to where it was for the last 2 weeks, basically, which, like I said, I've never seen it like that for that long, and it makes me a little nervous, curious about what that might mean. And the GCP for today is yellow. This is gathering clouds. It's not necessarily something they pay a lot of attention to because it doesn't necessarily point to a whole lot of correlation, but it's when they start paying attention because things are moving more correlated than they were before. So partly cloudy skies is kind of what this is about. With energy like this type of energy tends to make me feel very energetic. I have a lot of ideas running through my head. I feel like my body is buzzing, all of the stuff, right? But for some reason today, this energy is also giving me some anxiety. And it could be because it's so large and intense that it's having a hard time integrating into the space. It's huge. So when I start to feel the anxiety from something like this, I try my best to go outside and put my feet in the grass or find a way to ground. That opens up your lower chakras and helps exchange your energy with Mother Earth, helping to pull some of this that is gathered up here, pull it down through your system and sort of distribute it a little bit better. But pay attention to how you're feeling today. You may be feeling super anxious for what appears to be no reason. If there's no room for this to integrate in your energy, it forms what feels or looks kind of like a pocket around your energy, and it will wait to integrate until you're closer to a theta brainwave state, which is the meditative brainwave. So if you're having a very busy day, this has nowhere to go. So it may cause that pocket to build, and you might be feeling a little bit anxious. Do your best to breathe your way through it and try not to focus on the anxiety that it's creating, but the potential that's in the energy. All right, here's our cards for today. My guides are reminding us that mental strife and a feeling of instability often comes from us and us trying too hard to control how things are happening for us. So my guides are asking us to be vulnerable enough to trust source and then to do the inspired work that is brought to us, to follow the little inspirations that are given to us. What this does is it puts our dreams and desires much closer at hand, but not because it's magic, but because we are more clearly receiving the instructions we're being given. And in return, we'll be able to find that state where we feel more reliable or more stable with our finances. But again, a lot of mental strife and feeling of instability comes from trying to control things too much. You have to be vulnerable enough to follow through with your inspired action. This is where dreams and desires get closer at hand, and the clarity on how to retrieve them is yours. This allows you to create a better relationship with King of Pentacles. The sun is still behind the trees a little bit. You can see it there, but it's going to be an absolutely gorgeous day here in Illinois. It's going to be like close to 90 here today, which is very unusual to me, but I'm here for it, 100%. I'm ready to start my day. It's Friday. We're at the end of the week. It's time for the weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. You have so many opportunities to do so many amazing things this weekend. Let's get this day started so we can get there. All right, take a nice big deep breath in. And release. Drop your shoulders and just remind yourself that today is a great day. It's literally just getting started and you are walking into a weekend that's happy to see you, friend. What are you going to do with it, right? How are you going to make today even better than it could possibly be? It's a great day. It's a great day.